In a land where peace was once woven into every fiber, chaos now tears through the seams. The royal thread that bound hearts had snapped. Only the chosen one can stitch the spirit of this kingdom back together. But who would dare step forward when fear clouded every heart? Ara, a young girl, sits sewing. If only I could stitch more than clothes, maybe hearts too. Ara, says her grandmother, threads carry stories, but yours carry power. And so began a journey, one stitch at a time. Ara, in a dream, I can feel it. The ground is wounded. She sits by the window, the last stars still visible. Her hand gently touches the golden thread, now tied around her wrist. It wasn't a dream, the Loom chose me. Early the next morning at the village square, the villagers gathered with a mix of anticipation and worry on their faces. And so, with the golden thread clutched in her small hand, Ara stepped into the circle of elders. Her heart pounded like the village drums. Ara approached the elders. Her mother stands at the edge of the crowd, hands clasped tightly. No one had expected the child to answer the kingdom's call, but the thread had chosen her, said her mother. The thread is not just slick, Ara. It listens, it remembers, and it mends only where there is truth, said her grandmother. Young Ara nods slowly, absorbing every word. Elder Kume paces before a council of green-faced elders. A scroll rests on the table, sealed in black wax. The thread has stirred, but peace comes at a price. We must not forget the rebels beyond the border. A young council member leans in, whispering suspiciously. Or the girl herself. What if she was chosen to unravel us? As the kingdom frayed at its seams, all eyes turned to the girl with the thread, the last hope in a realm unraveling. Elder Kume, child, do you know the weight you carry? That thread could stitch peace or tear us apart. Ara, I don't know how, but I feel it. This thread wants to heal. Ara, guided by two village maidens, walks through an archway of twisted trees, glowing faintly with golden moss. With each step, Ara moved further from the life she knew and closer to a truth long buried. By twilight, she entered the sacred grove, where the last thread keeper vanished a generation ago. Ara pauses. The golden thread hums faintly in her palm. Ara whispers, "Is this where the mending begins?" As the thread sparkled in her hand, the forest grew quiet. Something or someone was watching. The girl looks around slowly, clutching the glowing thread. She sensed a presence, a quick flash of glowing eyes in the bushes, then gone. She wasn't afraid. Instead, she felt guided. The thread floats a bit from her hand, glowing brighter, pointing forward. "Follow me," it seemed to say. She walked slowly into a narrow, hidden forest path. And so, with a heart full of courage, she followed the thread into the unknown. Just after dawn, Ara stands before a towering rock with symbols faintly glowing. The entrance yawns like a mouth. Ara, nervous, then firm. If this is where fate begins, then let me not tremble. She places her hand on the stone. The symbols flare, and the cave opens with a low rumble. Behold the loom of truth, a loom carved into stone, overgrown with vines. Ara steps closer. The thread begins to float as if drawn by memory. The loom of truth, untouched, waiting, yearning for hands that believe. One stitch and the past will speak. The loom begins to glow dimly. Ara stares into it. Suddenly, flash, visions swirl around her. The loom showed her what was and what could be. Ara, whispering, there is a lie buried deep, something we were never told. Ara kneels before the loom, typing the broken thread back together with shaking hands. If truth is hidden, then I'll find it, stitch by stitch. Outside the cave, hidden in the trees, a hooded figure watches Ara through a crystal orb. A dark thread glows in their palm. So, this child dares to mend what we broke. Ha ha ha. Let's see how long her stitches hold.